Hey, this is Dan with Florida Fab, and today I'm going to show you how I built the winch bumper for my Jeep. So I've had this Jeep for probably 5 years, maybe a little more, ever since back in college, and it's never had a winch on it. I've always kind of relied on friends to winch me out when things got hairy or things like that, but I hit some trails at Adventure Off-Road Park a month or so ago, and it took us like 8 or 9 hours to get up one trail because we were winching the entire thing. So I had to rely on my friends to pull me the whole way. And after that, I came right home and I bought a winch. I said, no more. I'm gonna have my own from now on. So I hand built this bumper, and let me show you how I did it. Make room, we're going to move the orbital from right where the steering box used to be, and I built just a new bracket so that the orbital can come and mount. A little dark to see, but it's going to mount up in here behind the coilover, kind of up on the frame rail. So it's going to get up out of the way, and I just need some longer hoses now, which are on order to reach down to the ram again. Now the plate's cut. It's the first time I've used the plasma cutter in a long time. I struggle getting like clean cuts with it. Granted, it's a $200 plasma cutter, so yeah, I guess what can you really expect? So I'll come back with a grinder, clean up these edges, and then I want to put 3 bends in this plate. So the whole like front of the winch, I guess the whole body of it, if you want to call it that, is going to be one piece. And I don't have a press or a brake large enough to bend 1/4 inch this size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score the piece with a grinder, so cut it like halfway through and then bend it on that line, and I'm going to do it in 3 separate places to give me the look that I'm looking for, that kind of surrounds the whole winch and covers the front of the Jeep up. The bumper completely framed out, tacked into place. I've got 2 plates on either side, so these are going to slide over the frame and sandwich it. And then where the bolts come through, they're 1/2 inch bolts. I've got 1, 2, 3, 5 1/2 inch bolts and 1 smaller bolt on each side. So it's going to be plenty strong. Where the bolts go through, it's sleeved, so it won't crush the frame when I bolt it down. The whole thing is 1/4 inch steel. There's the cutout for the fair lead, cut out at the bottom so you can reach underneath and turn the engagement lever on the winch. On the front, we've got 2 D-rings, and these are, I mean, some of the thickest and longest D-rings I can find, so that way on the back there's plenty of engagement that I can weld, and there's some gussets on that too. So let's get this mounted and finish weld it. Okay, so the bumper and winch have been test fit and everything's working just like I wanted to. Everything's clearing around the winch. So now I gotta mount the basic wiring. From the factory, the solenoid box mounts on top of the winch, but I can't do that because the harmonic balancer is too close. I've got tons of room over here on the side below the electronic fan. So I'm just gonna build some simple straps that attach to these factory 4 bolts and just move the box over a couple inches, mount it about here. And then it can be all one, complete package, easy to take on and off. These original wires should still be able to reach over to the connections, and that'll save me a little bit of time and money. I won't have to buy new cables and make them. So there you go, that's how I built this bumper. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it looks great. I love the flush look. I hate those big like underbite bumpers where the winch sticks 2 feet in front of the Jeep, just ruins your approach angle. And then it's also super stubby on the sides because the tires need a lot of clearance. And just a lot of cutting, a lot of grinding with some heavy metal, and it fits in there super tight. I've got 5 half-inch bolts on each side that have sleeves through the frame, so it's going to be super strong. It's never going to pull out. So I'm excited to get it out on the trail, try some harder trails, and really see what my Jeep can do. So see you guys later.